going for a test drive today in the Mitsubishi 3000 GT Spider. Now, these are a pretty unusual car to come across. They really did not make many of these Spiders and these 3000 GTs. Now, you see quite a bit of the hardtops, but not many of these convertibles, and they were a hardtop retractable, which is pretty cool. So when the top's up, it actually just looks like a hardtop with kind of a slightly different roof line. The top, you can check our other videos to see how that top goes down, but it is honestly a pretty cool feature on this car and works pretty well. These cars always, I thought, had a really cool styling to them. And of course, kind of looked at them back, of course, when I was in high school looking for a first car, because it had the cool styling. They're V6 powered. Of course, they have the twin turbo variant. Now this one is not the twin turbo variant, just the standard V6. But it's still a very nice car, very highly optioned car with that power convertible top. I mean, there's equalizer on the radio, cassette with an Infinity sound system, which is a decent brand. I believe it's still the brand that Chrysler uses today. Climate control. I mean, it's got switches for everything. I mean, there's an economy mode for the transmission. There's a power mode for the transmission. You can switch between touring modes for the suspension and sport mode for the suspension. Right now, I've got the car in sport mode for the suspension, and it handles nicely. I mean, this car here only has 37,000 original miles, and they were definitely, you can tell right away, a very well maintained 37,000 original miles. So with the in power mode right now, with the sport mode setting on the suspension, it is firmed up. The shift points are a little firmer. It's shifting a little higher RPMs for a little bit sporting driving, which this car kind of deserves. It is a sports car, and it looks the part. It's red with a black interior, black leather seats, which are also powered. And honestly, it's a very nice car. I mean, the 90s Japanese market is on the climb, and these are one of the cars that if you look online, they are rapidly appreciating. And I don't think that they are quite done yet, because people are just finally starting to appreciate these cars for what they are, and they're just finally starting to come into their own, especially these convertibles. I mean, that hardtop convertible is a fantastic option for a convertible. It seals properly. Yeah, you get the aesthetics, you don't have to do the soft top, you get that hardtop look. Especially this car, red with the chrome wheels, definitely looks the part. Brakes are good, steering is nice and tight on this car, suspension's tight. Like I said, I have it in that sport mode, so it handles nice and flat. You just tell that the previous owner maintained this car very well. A little sporting driving around the turns. Car has no problem getting to 60 in a hurry. I mean, it's not, by today's standards, it's not an absolute rocket ship. Of course, the VR4 twin turbo would be a little faster, but this car has all the power that it should have, and is very fun to drive. Very sporting car. In sport mode, it shifts at 6,500 RPMs. It shifts properly for a sports car. It's a great running driving car. I mean, it's just absolutely smooth. Inside, very minimal road noise, especially for a 90s generation convertible, which is a lot to do with that hard top, retractable top. And this is really a really nice car, a really nice example of a 3000 GT. Definitely one that you want to come in and test drive for yourself to really appreciate it. I mean, it's a fun car, great looking car, and just an easy